of the Wolverines as Ramil Robinson scores the first basket of the ball game, and now the Birds against pressure get it across the timeline. Here's Randy Blair. Left baseline, drives against Robinson, passes out to Fowler, and Richard Thomas has it now at the top against Demetrius Caleb. He goes to the right wing, picks up his dribble, baseline pass, and here's Girard, inside shot short, and the rebound grabbed by Ramil Robinson, but he traveled as he came away with the rebound, and the Redbirds get the ball. Robinson bumping a little inside, and he came away with a walk, and so the Birds down 2-0 get the basketball. Redbirds will inbound underneath their own bucket as Ricky Jackson, who's been very good at inbounding the ball, gets it into the corner to Blair. Inside Fowler, a fake and a shot by Scott, partially blocked. It rolls no good. The rebound Vaught, who got a piece of the shot. He hands it to Robinson. Ramil Robinson has tipped away from behind by Blair, but it comes to Caleb, and a pull-up 14-footer is good for him. And Michigan leads at 4-0. Demetrius Caleb with the basket. The two guards have scored for Michigan as the Birds have it in the front court. Here's Ricky Jackson now at the top against Mike Griffin. Richard Thomas at the very top of the circle, moves toward the right wing with the dribble, gets by Caleb underneath, now too far under, throws it back out, and a foul is called against Mike Griffin. Blocking foul that time on the penetration inside by Richard Thomas. So the first foul of the game is against Griffin, and it'll be put in play here by the Redbirds, who trail 4-0 in the early going. A long look by Ricky, and he puts it in the corner to Richard Thomas. Thomas, a baseline drive, gets by Caleb, and a pull-up shot is good. And the freshman has ISU's first basket here in the ball game. It's 4-2 now. Michigan has the advantage plus the basketball. Demetrius Caleb at the right wing. Goes to the corner to Griffin. Lob inside is intercepted. Too far for Mills, taken by Girard. And the Birds back the other way. Here's Randy Blair. Left wing drive into the lane. Shot is up and in, and the Birds have tied the score. Good move right to the basket by Blair. And the Redbird guards have the first two baskets for them. It's now 4-4. Here's Demetrius Caleb into Ramil Robinson. Now the lob down low. Vaught had it, knocked away. Coleman knocked it away, and Blair picked it up, and the Birds have a chance to get the lead. Thomas underneath layup, good! And the Redbirds lead it 6-4. Richard Thomas with the lay-in, his second basket. Birds on top for the first time. They've scored the last 6. Here's Griffin now at the left wing. Comes up toward the top, baseline pass. Robinson inside shot, puts it up and rolls it good. Rolled around the rim. A revolution and a half before it fell through there. Robinson's second basket ties the score. A lot of points here in the first 2 minutes as it's 6-6. Ricky Jackson comes out from the left wing to meet the pass. Now he stops and loses the ball. It's knocked away by Mills. Saved in by Mills. Here's a layup at the other end for Griffin as he dunks it in. And Michigan has the advantage now. 8-6 Wolverines. Randy Blair across the timeline for the Birds. Here's Blair going to the right wing. Now he backs off against Ramil Robinson and puts it up top to Richard Thomas. Inside Fowler, a fake against Vaught. Now he deals it back outside. Thomas with a move inside. Now a tough shot, rolling good. Richard Thomas is 3 for 3 from the field as he has 6 points, and we're tied again. 8-8 is the score. Here's the drive right of the lane by Caleb. He picks it up and throws it out. Mills inside. Robinson layup. He dunks it. Good pass. Terry Mills with a good look inside as Robinson freed himself from Blair and had the dunk shot. And it's 10-8 Michigan. Ramil Robinson has 6. Richard Thomas now to the right wing to Ricky Jackson. Bounce pass, high post. Girard is there to get it. Left wing, Randy. Now Blair looks and throws it up top to Richard Thomas. Right wing, Ricky Jackson gets it. Here's his drive. Pull up 15-footers, not good. And the rebound for Michigan. Loy Vaught has the basketball. Leading rebounder for the Wolverines. Throws it off to Ramil Robinson. Now in the corner, Griffin gets it. Bounce pass down low. Turnaround jumper, Mills. Too strong, not good. Rebound. Richard comes away on the dribble. Thomas leading the fast break. Here's Blair. Layup is blocked by Griffin, but Richard gets the rebound. Thomas has it back for the Birds, who trail by 2. Right wing, Randy Blair. Right down the baseline. Good pass inside. Coleman layup. Yes. Great penetration by Blair, and Girard gets the layup to tie the game. His first basket. It's 10-10. Now Robinson at the other end. A three-point effort, not good. And the rebound battled for, knocked out of bounds off of the Redbirds. And it'll belong to the University of Michigan. And we'll get our first official timeout here. 15:54 to play in the first half. It's a 10-10 basketball game. A lot of scoring here in the early going. We'll continue from the Long Beach Arena in California in just a minute. Well, the Redbirds, who've had a turnover margin of plus 43.2 this year. It was the best in the Missouri Valley. Are off to a good start in that department. They've forced 3 Michigan turnovers, only 1 against the Birds. Rebounds 4-2, also in favor of Illinois State. The Birds are shooting it very well, 5 for 7 from the field. They're off to a good start as they have a 10-10 tie right here. Into the game for Illinois State come John Pemberton and Antoine Hicks, as Fowler and Thomas are out of the game for Bob Bender's Birds. Michigan has yet to break huddle. When they do, we'll see if they've made any changes, and they have. Michael Talley, a 6'1 freshman from Detroit, is into the game for the first time, and Sean Higgins checks in for them as well, as Mills stays in the game, so they're even bigger right now as Higgins replaces Griffin. Talley is in there instead of Caleb. Higgins hands the ball to Ramil Robinson, and he comes up across the top of the circle. Right wing pass, here's Higgins for 3, and it is good. Higgins open from the corner. He's a good three-point shooter, and he's big. He's 6'9", so he's tough to guard out there as he makes it a 13-10 Michigan lead. Jackson now to the left wing. Here's Blair inside. Coleman gets it, backs in. A fake, now another fake, and a tough shot, not good. Too hard off the glass. Ricky got the rebound. He shoots it up and misses. Went down hard, wanted a foul, didn't get it. As Mills comes away with a rebound for Michigan. Mills at the right wing threw a bad pass, and Hicks can't find it. Now he does, and back come the Birds. They've got a 4-on-3 inside Jackson. Layup good. Great pass by Antoine. Ricky makes the lay-in to cut the lead to 1. It's 13-12. Redbirds have gotten the break going here 3 times in the early going. Here's Robinson with it. Up top, Sean Higgins has the basketball against Randy Blair. Higgins floats to the right wing and throws it inside to Terry Mills. Mills against Pemberton. Turns, bounce pass down low, hook shot Vaught, rolling good. Coleman may have gotten a piece of the shot, but Vaught still got it to go. His first basket. Michigan again by 3 at 15-12. Ricky Jackson now at the right wing for the Birds against Sean Higgins. Up top, Randy Blair. Now there's contact inside. A foul is called, and it'll be against the Wolverines. Terry Mills called for pushing against John Pemberton. That's the second foul against Michigan. None so far against Illinois State. It'll be inbounded here by the Birds. Biggest lead for either team has been 4. That was when Michigan led 4-0. Redbirds scored the next 6 points and had a 2-point lead of their own. Since then, it's been within 3 points. Here's the pass into Jackson. Running through the lane is not good. He threw it too hard off the glass, and the rebound, Terry Mills. Outlet Ramil Robinson. He pushes it down the floor and goes to the hoop and shoots it short. And the rebound for Pemberton, now saved in by Robinson, but it comes to Blair. Birds on the break the other way. Ricky, a pull-up 3 is good. Off the basket. And a foul. Jackson runs away from the play, holding his hand up in the air. Sean Higgins with a silly foul from behind as he tried to block the Jackson three-point effort off the break. Ricky's three-pointer is tied the score, and now the Birds can reassume the lead here from the free throw line. Jackson with 5 points, and Sean Higgins commits his first foul. Third on the team. And Ricky, the Redbirds' best free thrower, at 77%, shoots it good. It rolled on the rim and fell in. And the Birds have a 1-point lead here, 16-15, with 14:10 to play in the first stanza. Ramil Robinson, right wing. Michael Talley gets it against Antoine. Talley moves into the lane. Now backs off with the dribble. Left wing pass, Ramil Robinson. Up top, Terry Mills, 15-foot jumper is short, and the rebound for the Birds. Good job on the board. Ricky Jackson pulled that one away. Here's Pemberton down the floor. Layup is good off the break. Redbirds are beating Michigan back to their offensive end, and they now lead by 3, their biggest lead of the game. Pemberton's first basket, 18-15 the score. Ramil Robinson at the right side of the free throw circle. Looks inside to Higgins. Now bounces it to the right baseline. Sean Higgins pedals it up top. Robinson a driving layup good. Ramil Robinson scooped it in as he weaved his way through the traffic down the lane, and it's 18-17. Redbird lead is down to 1. Here's Hicks up top. It goes to Blair, right wing. Ricky, a three-point bomb is not good. Off the front of the rim, the rebound, Robinson. Ricky was outside the NBA three-point line that time as Robinson scoops it up and misses, and Pemberton has the rebound, and now he is fouled. A reach-in by Robinson, and the Birds will get possession, still up by 1 at 18-17. John Pemberton with a good job on the boards as he got the rebound, and that resulted in the foul against Robinson, his first, the team's 4th, and still no fouls against the Birds. Now into the game for Michigan, Eric Riley, a 6'11 freshman out of Cleveland, Ohio. Their shot block leader, but he's not played a lot of minutes, only 13 a game. Here's the pass inside, Fowler back in, good pass, Pemberton, layup, good. John leaned in, protected the ball beautifully with his body after he got the great pass from Scott Fowler, and the Birds are back up by 3. It is now 20-17 Illinois State. Here's Talley at the right wing. Up top, Higgins gets it. He hands it off to Robinson. Elvin Flores has just checked in for the Birds as well. Riley hands it to Talley. Inside pass, turnaround jumper Mills. That's going to rim off on the rebound. Pemberton. John picked it free. And that's 3 boards for John Pemberton. Here's Flores. Jumper off the dribble. Not good. And the rebound for Higgins, and back the other way we go. Sean Higgins on the run. He stops. He fires it up off the dribble, and he misses it. And the rebound, Riley, who puts it in. Bob Bender wanted an over-the-back call there against Eric Riley. He didn't get it, and Michigan is back to within 1. 20-19 is the score in this fast-paced ball game. Antoine Hicks now in the lane, back out to Ricky. An 20-footer is good from three-point range. Ricky from the right wing pumps it in from outside the three-point line, and the Birds lead by 4, 23-19. Now Michigan with it. Here's Michael Talley, and as he made his move to the bucket, the whistle blows, and there's the first foul of the game against Illinois State. It'll go against Antoine Hicks. Redbirds really pushing the ball up the floor, and so is Michigan. But that pace seems to be working to Illinois State's advantage, and a lot of people would be puzzled by that, but ISU, of course, all year long has pushed the ball up the floor to the Redbirds' advantage, and that's what they're doing here against the defending national champions. 23-19 as another official timeout is called. Redbirds lead with 11:43 to play in the first half. We'll be back with more here from California in just a moment. Well, the Redbirds still leading the battle of the boards. They are ahead in that department, 9-7. Turnovers are now 4-1. Michigan with, it's the other way around. Michigan now leads the battle of the boards by a 9-7 count, but that's close enough for the Birds' pleasure. This Michigan team, very difficult to rebound against. They were +5 for the season against a very difficult schedule. Birds on the boards -2 against a schedule not as tough as that of the Wolverines. So if the Birds can stay close on the boards and continue with a bit of a turnover margin in their favor, they can hang in this game, as they are very much in it right here, up by 4 as Michigan is inbounded the ball. Here's the drive down the middle by Caleb, inside pass Vaught, layup good, and he fouled and count the bucket. Sonny Roberts, who had just checked into the game, is the man who commits the foul, and Bob Bender does not like that call. As Roberts got there late, there was very little contact, and Bender did not believe there was enough to warrant the call. Sonny's first foul, the lead now down to 2, and with a score 23-21 on the free throw line is Loy Vaught. He is an 82%er. Michigan, a good free throw shooting team, as he makes the toss and converts the three-point play. That slices the lead to 1, as the Birds have it now across the timeline against what looks like a Michigan zone. They've gone to a zone. It's a 1-2-2. So a change-up in defenses for Steve Fisher. Thomas back in the game, goes to Flores. Here's Ricky. A jumper from the corner is not good off the back iron. The rebound kept alive by Flores, and now Ricky picks it off. Good job by Elvin. Richard Thomas with it right of the lane. Dribbles his way around Robinson, who went for the steal. Now it goes to Flores in the corner. Ricky again for 3, and that one also is not good. And the rebound, Flores. Elvin trying to go back up, lost the ball. It's loose. It comes to Richard, who leans in and shoots it no good. Foul is going to be called, however, and it is against Michigan. Richard with a good move there, a good quick move to get to the ball, and then Riley fouled him on the shot, and Thomas with an amazing job of getting the ball up over the rim as he was being fouled. It rolled across the rim and off, and so he'll have to get his points from the free throw line, or no, they're saying he was fouled before that shot effort, so the Birds will inbound it as it comes up to the top. Riley's first foul, Michigan's 5th. Here's Blair with it, penetrating a bit, now back out to Richard. Redbirds with a 1-point lead in the ball as Blair shoots a long one, and that's good. It's a 2-pointer. He got his front foot on the line, and the Birds lead by 3. Now 25-22, Illinois State, with 10 minutes to play here in the half as the pass goes toward the corner. Higgins inside, Vaught at the baseline, double teamed. He had to throw it back out. Robinson gets the ball against Ricky Jackson. Ramil Robinson looking for help as he drifts up to the top. Right wing it goes to Caleb. Here's Higgins in the corner. Sean Higgins tried to get around Blair, couldn't do it. Good defense by Randy. Pass up top, Riley. Inside it goes to Robinson, and he's grabbed by Ricky Jackson before he can get up there and attempt the layup. That was a good foul by Ricky. It prevented the layup effort, which was not good, but only because there was another foul. Ricky's foul, of course, takes precedence there. It's the first on him, the third on the team. And it'll be put in play by Michigan. Now Xavier Williams checks in for the first time. He replaces Ricky Jackson. Bob Bender going off into the bench here in the early going. Right now the Birds have Williams and Fowler and Roberts out there with Thomas and Blair. Ramil Robinson gets the inbound pass. He tosses up top to Caleb. Left wing jumper by Higgins. That's too strong, and the rebound for them. Vaught picked it away and comes back out and deals it up on top to Ramil Robinson. Right wing Caleb on the dribble. Bounce pass to Higgins. He fakes the shot from long range and looks to pass it. Now drives, and there's help defense. Here's the pass to Vaught. Knocked away by Blair. Randy's got the ball. Randy throws it ahead to Thomas. Fifth turnover against Michigan as the shot by Richard is good off the glass. And the Birds have their biggest lead of the evening. It's now a 5-point advantage. 27-22 is the score. Richard with 8 points. Here's Caleb up on top, left of the circle. Swings it off to Robinson on the right side of the free throw circle. Robinson throws it to Higgins. Now Vaught up top. Bounce pass right wing. Robinson gets it. And the whistle, contact inside. A foul is called. It's against Michigan. Against the Wolverines. The offensive foul is whistled. And the Redbirds will get the ball with a 5-point lead as Eric Riley is called for his second. It is the 6th on the team compared with 3 against the Birds. Now back in for the Birds is Gerard Coleman. He's had a nice rest, and Sonny Roberts sits down. Well, the Birds are doing just what they had hoped to do so far in this one. They lead by 5 and have the ball with 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. Against the zone, it goes to Ricky Jackson right of the circle. Up top, Richard Thomas gets it. Down the middle, now back out. Randy fakes a 3. Here's his drive. Pull-up pass inside. Williams had it blocked. Xavier gets it back, and he had it knocked away, and it comes to Richard. Thomas in the lane. Driving layup, no. And the rebound for Vaught of Michigan. And the Wolverines throw it ahead to Robinson. Ramil Robinson right of the lane. Inside pass, Higgins. Now it's knocked away from Mills, but a foul is called on Scott Fowler. Birds wanted a foul at the other end when Williams had the ball knocked away. They aren't going to get that. They didn't get it, of course, and are not about to get it now. And instead, the foul is called here at the other end against Scott Fowler. The first on Scott and the 4th on the team, so it'll be inbounded here by Terry Mills. He looks and goes to Griffin just back in the game, and his baseline jumper is not good, and the rebound comes right to Scott Fowler. Birds had the board sealed off that time, and here now is Randy Blair the other way. Randy back outside to Richard Thomas. Birds with a 5-point lead in the ball as they operate against the zone. Richard Thomas to the corner. Ricky fakes the 3. Up top, Richard. High post. Here's Scott Fowler. Back to Richard Thomas. Inside, Coleman bobbled it. That's because he was pushed. Foul is called against Terry Mills. Boy, Coleman had recovered the ball and may have gone back for a lay-in had the whistle not blown. So it may not be that bad a foul against Michigan, but it is the 7th against them, and so Coleman will go to the line here to shoot a 1-and-1. 8:33 to play in the first half, and the Redbirds up by 5. This is the biggest lead for either team in this game. Michigan led early 4-0. Gerard Coleman, a 67% free thrower. He's improved as the season has gone on. Misses that one, and the rebound jerked out of there by Vaught, and back come the Wolverines down by 5. Ramil Robinson up on top. And the Redbirds now are in a 2-3 zone as the pass comes to Higgins. He looks it over from the right wing. Here's Vaught up top. His shot is not good off the front of the iron, and the rebound grabbed by Coleman. Now knocked away, but it comes to Ricky Jackson. The toss ahead to Thomas. Richard into Fowler, and a baseline drive produces a whistle and a foul against Scott. Fowler's called for the charge that time, and the Birds cough up the basketball. Second on him, and that's the 5th on the team, and Michigan gets the ball back. Scott now will be forced to leave the game with that second foul, and John Pemberton is in for him. It's been a long time since Michigan has scored, since 11:35 to go, and right now we have just over 8 minutes to play, so they've gone 3.5 minutes without a point. Griffin up top for the Wolverines, stops and throws it left wing. Here's Higgins down the middle, pull-up pass inside the middle, stolen by Ricky Jackson. Birds anticipated that pass very well and have the ball in the front court. Here's Richard, back to Ricky, fakes the long three, and now goes to Thomas, and he'll take a three, and it's too strong, and the rebound for Vaught of Michigan. The outlet to Robinson. Ramil Robinson across the timeline, pulls up, passes to the corner, shot by Higgins. It is not good from three, and the rebound taken by Mills, inside Vaught, layup good. Pemberton couldn't find the handle, and a great touch pass off the rebound from Mills to Vaught, and they're within three now, 27-24. Here's Blair, baseline Coleman, jumper good. Girard hit it from the left corner. Coleman's second basket, and now it's 29-24. The Birds lead by 5. Back come the Wolverines. They have trailed most of the way in this one as Robinson goes to Griffin. Left wing pass Higgins. Inside Mills. Turnaround jumper. Blocked from behind. Out of bounds. Off of the Birds. Ricky Jackson made the block. A great play by Ricky. Eric Riley now checking back in for Michigan, and Sam Skerich will come in for the Birds. But first, an official timeout has been called. 6:58 to play in the first half. It's been a great start for the Birds. They lead by 5. 29-24, and we'll have more here in just a minute. Redbirds have a 29-24 lead. We have a bit less than 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Both teams shooting right around 50%. The rebounds in favor of Michigan, but by just 1 point, or by 2 rebounds, 15-13. Turnovers now 7 against the Wolverines and 2 against the Redbirds. A big difference there in turnover margin. Michigan has made only 2 of its last 6 shots. During that period, they've turned it over 3 times. I think they've had 8 possessions with 1 offensive rebound during that period, and have managed only 2 baskets as Griffin has the ball now inside to Robinson. Turnaround jumper, good off the glass. He spun just to the left of the basket and got in the shot. Great move by Robinson, and that cuts the ISU lead to 3. It's now 29-26. Birds on top as Jackson gets it down low to Coleman. Hook shot rolling, no good. The rebound, Riley, who took it away from Pemberton, and back come the Wolverines. Ramil Robinson now to the right wing. Here's Higgins. Fakes a man in the air, now drives in the lane. Good pass inside, and as Mills gets the ball, he's fouled. And Michigan does a great job of passing inside of the paint from one big guy to another. That time it's Higgins to Mills, who is fouled by Coleman. That's the... Fouled by Skerich, I believe, as Mills is on the line to shoot it up and in. His first point of the game, and that cuts the lead to 2. It is on Gerard Coleman, and it is his first foul. 29-27 Illinois State, and now the shot is not good, and the rebound grabbed by Pemberton. Coleman kept it alive as Mills missed the second free throw, and the Birds up by 2 have the ball. Richard Thomas will come across the timeline against Ramil Robinson, and Robinson reaches in going for the steal and commits the foul, and that's 2 on him. He and Mills and Riley are the Michigan players with 2 fouls. Mills, Riley, and Robinson, at the moment at least, all on the floor, playing with 2 fouls. Still 6:18 to play in the half. Birds now will be going to the free throw line as they are in the bonus, and it'll be Richard Thomas to shoot him up here. Richard, who finished second in the Freshman of the Year balloting in the Missouri Valley Conference. A 68% free thrower, gets that one. Birds are 2 for 3 from the line as Richard has his 9th point already. He averages 8.5, so he's already over his average here with more than 6 minutes to play in the first stanza, and the Redbird lead is again 3. Now he can make it 4, and he does. Thomas gets both free throws, and it's a 31-27 Illinois State advantage. Here's Ramil Robinson across the timeline against Randy Blair. Bounce pass to the wing. Griffin has it there. Goes into the corner. Higgins inside, ball almost stolen by Pemberton. John with a great effort as he dove in front of Mills, knocked the ball away, and then tried to dive again to save it in. Didn't get there quite in time. So the Wolverines will put it in play underneath their own bucket. Here it comes to Robinson up on top. Eric Griffin. Robinson through the lane. Gets the pass. Turns. 3 men on him. He passes off to the baseline. The shot by Mills is good. He had a man in his face and still put it down. His first field goal. Lead back down to 2. 31-29 Redbirds. Here's Thomas up on top now. 5 3/4 minutes to play here in the first half as Richard Thomas pounds the ball up near the center jump circle. Here he goes, down the middle, pull-up shot. It's too strong off the glass. The rebound, Eric Riley. Outlet to Robinson. Ramil Robinson to Griffin. He pulls up and looks for help, and now throws it to Higgins. Baseline jumper, too strong. And the rebound, Coleman for the Birds. Back comes Illinois State. Richard Thomas across the timeline. Here's Richard up top to Randy Blair. He'll take the three, and it is not good. Off the back of the iron. Great rebound by Thomas. Leaps up in the air to get it from Robinson. Here's the drive by Blair. The layup no good, and the rebound, Ramil Robinson. Too bad. Richard Thomas with a great rebound. He snatched it away from Robinson, who comes down the floor. Inside pass Higgins. Reverse layup no good. Rebound Blair. Birds have it back. Ricky Jackson now at the timeline. His length of the court pass to Thomas, and the jumper not good by Richard from the left wing. The rebound, Pemberton hooked it out. Inside pass now stolen. Thomas tried to get it to Pemberton. Griffin stole it, and Robinson shoots it no good, but he's fouled on the shot by Randy Blair. And it'll be Ramil Robinson at the line with a chance to tie the game with 4:48 to play in the half. Boy, the Redbirds playing some good basketball. They are making some major league plays here against a great team, but they couldn't quite finish that one as Coleman was not quite ready for the pass from Pemberton. Foul on Blair is his first, and it's Robinson at the free throw line where he is 68%. Of course, he made the two biggest free throws of the season last year in the national championship game against Seton Hall. He misses this one a little bit long. He's still remembered for making those free throws, but the irony is he's not a very good free thrower. It's basically the weakest part of his game. Another effort by Robinson is not good. Short off the front of the rim, and the rebound for Roberts of the Birds. And so the Redbirds still up by 2 with the ball, despite the fact that they have made only 1 of their last 10 shots. They've gone into a shooting slump here after a great start. Here it is into Coleman. Gerard turns, fakes over Riley, now shoots it, not good off the glass. The ball tipped up there, no. Loose ball, Roberts tipped it, but it comes to them. Here's Caleb, back to Robinson, layup, Caleb good. They passed it back and forth 2 times each. And Caleb winds up with the layup. His second basket ties the score. 31-31 now. Richard goes to the right wing, picks up his dribble, and his pass is tapped out of bounds by Caleb, but it'll still belong to the Redbirds. Down to 4:08 to play here in our first half, and the Birds have led by as many as 5, are tied up right now. Into the game comes Antoine Hicks, replacing Richard Thomas. Ball to be inbounded by Ricky Jackson. He goes to Antoine Hicks. Here's Ricky with it. In the corner, he'll take the three, and it's way off, an air ball, rebounded by Coleman. The ball came to the floor, and Gerard found it on the weak side. Now Hicks with it. Antoine backing off with the dribble, moving toward the baseline, picks up his dribble and throws it up top to Blair. Right wing, here's Ricky driving to the hoop, shoots it off balance, misses it badly, and the rebound to Griffin. Pass to Ramil Robinson, down the lane he goes. Now he passes it, and the runner is not good by Mills. Michigan wanted a foul that time and didn't get it. Here's Blair with a rebound as he comes back the other way. Randy in the front court at the left wing brings it out with the dribble. Now 3:30 to play in the half. Ricky Jackson at the left wing. Bounce pass Sonny Roberts. Right wing, a three now by Hicks is rolling short and over the rim, or over the board rather, after it hit the rim. And it'll go to Michigan. But first we get another official timeout call. 3:20 to play in the first half. It's 31-31. The Redbirds and Wolverines all knotted up here in Long Beach, California. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, the Redbirds have really hit a big shooting slump here. They have now made only 1 of their last 15 attempts. The last field goal for the Birds came with 7:15 to play, so they have not scored a field goal in almost 4 minutes and have only scored 1 field goal in the last 6 minutes of playing time. Nonetheless, the Birds are tied with the Wolverines. 31-31 is the score, and to be able to go through a shooting drought like that and still be tied is very encouraging. Redbirds for the game now are down to 34%. They were 48% at the last timeout. They've missed their last 11 shots. At the last timeout, they were 13 for 27, now 13 for 38. So they've really fallen off in the shooting department, but the Birds are picking it up on the boards. They now lead Michigan on the board, 22-20. And turnovers are 7 against Michigan and 3 against the Birds. Here's Ramil Robinson inside. He was fouled on his way to the bucket. Randy Blair may have gotten him, and that would be Randy's second foul. With 3:10 left to play in the half, that would force him out of the ballgame. And Ramil Robinson, who missed a couple of free throws just a little bit ago, will go back to the line and try it again. Michigan has made only 2 of 5 from the free throw line as Elvin Flores checks in and Randy Blair will go to the bench. The Birds have Hicks in there still. Roberts has come back into the ballgame, replacing Pemberton. Now John Pemberton is in and Sonny Roberts goes to the bench. So right now it's Coleman, Pemberton, Jackson, Hicks, and Flores out there for the Redbirds. Riley and Vaught with Griffin and Robinson and Caleb for the Wolves as Robinson's free throw rims good. That is his 11th point, and it gives Michigan its first lead in quite a while. 32-31 is now the score in favor of the Wolverines. Another opportunity here for the All-American. The second-teamer puts it in. 12 points for him, a 2-point lead, Michigan. Their biggest lead was 4. That was way back when it was 4-0. Birds have been up by as many as 5. Antoine Hicks in the front court for Illinois State. Right wing, Ricky Jackson gets it. Now Elvin Flores back to the left side. Antoine Hicks with the ball against Caleb. Baseline drive, Antoine got too far under and looked for help and has got to find it, and he threw it away. Picked off by Vaught. Here's Robinson with it. Bounce pass, Caleb, layup. No, he was hit, but the follow is good by Loy Vaught. Caleb was fouled on that play. Nothing was called. It didn't matter because Vaught followed it in with a dunk, and Michigan equals its biggest lead of 4. And now Jackson threw the ball away as Elvin broke toward the bucket just as Ricky was throwing the ball to the wing. And 2 quick turnovers here against the Birds. That's only 5 against them for the game. But now Michigan with a 4-point lead plus the basketball. Richard Thomas back in now in place of Antoine Hicks. Michigan across the timeline. Here's Demetrius Caleb on the dribble, throws it up top to Sean Higgins. Pass to Loy Vaught at the right wing. Griffin comes out to meet the pass at the top. Left wing it goes. Sean Higgins has played well. He drives to the hoop and runs over Jackson, and it'll be a charge. The Birds have been great all year at taking the charges, and Ricky Jackson, one of the best at it, took that one. Foul against Higgins is his second. Well, one of the hopes for the Birds coming into this game was to get some key Wolverine players in foul trouble. Robinson, Higgins, Riley, and Mills each have 2. And the Birds have the ball down by 4 with 3:12 to play here in the first half as the Redbirds try to get the offense back in gear. Richard Thomas at the right wing goes to the corner. Ricky Jackson almost had it stolen by Griffin. Baseline pass, Pemberton inside. Back out to Ricky. He'll fake the shot. Now the drive. Now the shot off the dribble is too strong off the glass. The rebound, Vaught, and he's fouled by either Pemberton or Flores. They could take their choice there. It's John who picks up the foul. That's his first, and Michigan will shoot free throws at the other end, and if they make either one, they'll have their biggest lead of the game. Of course, they have to make the first to get the second. It is a 1-and-1 situation with 1:53 to play here in the first half. Loy Vaught, V-A-U-G-H-T, senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, 6'9", 230-pounder. He'll be playing in the NBA next year as he shoots the free throw up and in. And it's 36-31. Michigan's largest lead of the game is 5. Vaught looking for his 11th point of the contest. He's been tough on the glass as well as he shoots it and gets it. 6-point lead, biggest for either team now, 37-31. Redbirds in a scoring drought need to get the lid off the bucket as Richard Thomas has it across the line against the man-to-man. Richard comes up to the top. Here's Ricky. 3-point try. That's short. And the rebound for Vaught. He out-jumps Flores and throws it off to Caleb. Demetrius Caleb goes to the wing. Here's Griffin with it. Comes up toward the top. Loy Vaught gets it, and as he does, the foul is called inside. It's offensive. It may be Riley, and that would be his third. As the foul is called by George Evans, one of the 3 officials working this one. The foul is against Higgins. No, it is against Riley. Yeah, that's his third. So he's the first player in the game to pick up his third foul. Now, he's a reserve player for Steve Fisher, and we mentioned at the top, doesn't play a lot of minutes. He's already played a lot in this game. And he has 3 fouls, and he'll stay in the game for now with the 3 as Gerard Coleman tries to score ISU's first point here in quite a while. The senior shoots it, and he rolls it. Good. It rolled all over the rim and finally fell through. Coleman now 1 for 2 from the line. Birds are 4 for 5 from the stripe, and Gerard looks to slice the lead down to 4. 37-32. Illinois State trails as Coleman misses the second free throw, and the rebound comes to Michigan. That was the first Redbird point since 6:18 to play, so it took them almost 5 minutes to score, and they still haven't scored a field goal in that long. And more as Caleb shoots on the run, misses, the tip no good, another by Mills, or by Riley rather. Now the ball knocked out of bounds by Eric Riley, and it belongs to the Birds. Riley up there above everybody else, but he couldn't tip it home, and finally he tipped it out of bounds. And so the Birds get the ball. They are down by 5 as now a new man in the game for Michigan, Chris Cedar, seldom used sophomore from Brookfield, Wisconsin, averages just more than a point a game. He's in there for the first time as the pass comes to Ricky Jackson at the right wing. Bounce pass up top. Here's Elvin with it. Flores back to Ricky. Here it comes inside. Pemberton at the baseline. Double team. Gives it up top. Richard Thomas back out to Elvin. He fakes the shot. Now picks it up and throws it to Jackson way up high. Here's Ricky on the move. Pull-up shot off the dribble is good. Jackson with ISU's first field goal in almost 6 minutes of playing time, and it puts the Birds back to within 3. 37-34 is the score. Big bucket for Ricky. Michigan with it now in the front court. Here's Higgins up top to Cedar. The sophomore deals it to Demetrius Caleb. Shot clock has been turned off now. Michigan waiting for the final shot of the half as Higgins gets the ball. Down to 20 seconds to play here in the first stanza. Here's Mike Griffin with it. Demetrius Caleb up on top. Ball comes to Loy-Vaught, and he moves it to Caleb with 9 seconds to play. Demetrius Caleb to the right wing. 5 seconds now. Caleb will shoot. Partially blocked by Thomas. Rebound for Pemberton, but it comes right to Vaught, who lays it in at the buzzer. And they're not going to count the basket. No basket. It was just a little bit late. Pemberton going down as he grabbed the ball. He couldn't hang on to it. It came to Vaught, who finger rolled it good, but not soon enough. And the basket does not count, and the Birds go to the locker room down by just 3. 37-34 is the score in favor of the Wolverines of Michigan. We'll be back with more here from the Long Beach Arena in California in just a minute. Well, 37-34. The Redbird deficit is 3 points. The Birds certainly know that they can play with this Michigan team. They are doing just that so far in this game and survived a big scoring drought. They did lead at one point by 5 and then trailed by 6 when Gerard Coleman finally hit a free throw, and then the last points of the half coming on that shot by Ricky Jackson off the dribble. A very tough shot indeed. But the Birds back to within 3 here now at the intermission. Individually for Michigan, Ramil Robinson has a dozen points. 11 for Loy-Vaught. Unofficially, he has 7 rebounds in the game. He's been all over the place. After that, 4 points for Demetrius Caleb, 3 apiece for Sean Higgins and Terry Mills, and 2 points in the game for Eric Riley and for Mike Griffin. For the Redbirds, 11 for Ricky Jackson. Jackson has hit a couple of threes. Richard Thomas has 10, 5 points for Gerard Coleman, and 4 apiece for Randy Blair and John Pemberton. Michigan scored the first 4 points of the game. Redbirds came back with the next 6 points and then built the lead after they were up by 2 to as many as 5. But then came the scoring drought. They went 1 for 15 at one point and went 6 minutes, a little bit more than 6 minutes I think it was, without a field goal, but survived that drought pretty well as they trail here by just 3 points. Michigan did have the 6-point lead, but a very brief one it was. Coleman's free throw.
Well, and just got to play good defense.
Why are you doing so well on the boards, Bill?
I think because we're really concentrating on blocking out. We've really been emphasizing it all week, and the guys are really paying attention to it.
And the transition game is working when it's there.
It is. We've got to get back on transition defense, though.
All right, Bill, keep going. Thank you. Bill King of ISU's staff taking a moment here to visit with us at halftime. We're about set to start the second half. The Birds are down by just 3, 37-34. We'll have, by the way, speaking of that, right here, ISU's Redbirds hoping to make it to the final 32 of the NCAA tournament. They are down by 3 as Michigan as the starters back on the floor. Griffin, Mills, Vaught, Robinson, and Califf are out there. And the Redbirds bring their starting five back. Jackson and Thomas and Fowler and Blair and Coleman. Ricky Jackson will put it in play. Birds got the first possession of the second half. They're down 3, and they put it in play, and here we go. Final 20 minutes of this game. The Birds are hoping there are some more minutes to be played after this one. As Ricky Jackson has it up top, here's Blair, left wing, Richard Thomas. Now high post Coleman, but it's knocked by Mills and taken by Califf. A throw ahead to Robinson, and a layup is missed. He blew the layup over the shoulder. And the rebound for the Birds as Blair gets it ahead to Jackson. He lost the ball. It was stripped away from him. Ricky got it back. Good hustle by Jackson. Here's Blair up top, a three-point try. That's not good, and the rebound for Mills. So Michigan has it back as they attack the bucket now to our left. Here's Califf with it against the ISU man-to-man. Right wing, Ramil Robinson. Both teams showed a little bit of zone in the first half, but mainly man-to-man. There's Thomas punching the ball away from behind, and it comes to Coleman, and the Birds have it back. Here's Blair, right wing, Richard. Thomas coming up to the top now. Ricky Jackson gets it, bounce pass down low. Fowler fakes, now turns, gives up the dribble, and throws it back out to Ricky. Back into Scott. He turns against Vaught, deals it back outside to Jackson. Right wing Thomas, inside Coleman. Toward the bucket he goes. Now he shoots it off the glass in the end. Good power move by Gerard Coleman. First basket of the half puts the Birds back to within 1. Redbirds in the final 9 3/4 minutes of the first half were 2 for 19 from the field. Here's the pass inside the Mills. Now back to Vaught. His jumper is rimming no, and the rebound for Fowler, who puts it off to Richard Thomas. Left wing, here's Blair. Randy to the baseline. Now he looks for help as he puts it inside, and Coleman gets it. There's help defense there as Gerard misses the shot too hard off the glass, and Vaught pulls the ball away. Back comes Michigan. Ramil Robinson across the timeline. Pass to the right wing to Califf. Down low it goes. Here's Mills backing in. Turnaround shot not good off the glass. The rebound, Blair. Birds looking to break. Randy coming right of the lane. Now between two defenders, will give it up outside to Richard. Up high, Ricky fakes the three. Now the drive, and he almost lost the ball. Instead, he spins it back up, and it's intercepted. Califf has it all the way to the bucket. The layup good. Foul is called on Richard. And Thomas complaining because he was trying to avoid the foul, but he got a little bit of the body, and that's enough to sound the whistle here and give Califf a chance at a three-point play. As Michigan is back on top now by 3 at 39-36. So their first basket of the second half is the layup for Califf. Now he can put him up by 4. Foul on Richard is his first. Fowler leaves the game. John Pemberton, who's played very well off the bench, is back in for the Birds as Califf's free throw is good. Califf with 7 points now, and the Redbird deficit is 4 at 40-36. Richard Thomas with it for the Birds. Across the timeline he goes. Coming all the way to the baseline. Inside, hooks the pass back out. Ricky fakes the three. And now puts it up to the top to Randy Blair. Down low, Pemberton battling for the loose ball, and a foul is called, and it's Loy Vaught over the back of John Pemberton. Pemberton had to tip that pass in the air and then go up for it again. And when he went up the second time, that was when Vaught was on his back. And Vaught called for his first foul that will be put in play here by the Birds. First foul against Michigan in the half. As Jackson looks to get it in and does so to Blair. Down low, Pemberton against two men. He leans and shoots it way long. Coleman there for the rebound, and he hooks it in. Gerard with the offensive rebound basket. Now has 9 points. Birds back to within 2 at 40-38. Here it comes to Robinson at the left wing. Inside Mills against Pemberton. The hook shot is good. Can't give Terry Mills the ball that low as he hooked it in easily over Pemberton, and now it's 42-38. Michigan by 4. Randy Blair with it. Comes to the right wing. Spins the pass back out to Ricky. Jackson now against Griffin. Deals it to the right wing. Here's Blair. Down low, Coleman. Pull-away jumper not good. The rebound tipped up there, no. Pemberton gets it. He tries. He shoots it no good, but he's fouled by Griffin. John Pemberton playing a great game on the board. And this time he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line after the offensive rebound.
John Pemberton at the free throw line for Illinois State to shoot 2.
Birds have certainly done the job on the glass, as the foul on Griffin is his second. It's the second against the team, and on the line is John Pemberton looking for his 5th point. 67% free thrower, gets that one right through the middle. And the Birds are within 3. 42-39 is the score. It has been close throughout. Biggest Michigan lead 6. The biggest Redbird lead has been 5. Pemberton's free toss on the way and good. He got them both. That's a half dozen points for Pemberton. 42-40. Illinois State with a 2-point deficit as Caleb has the ball across the timeline against Richard Thomas. Here it goes to Robinson in the right corner. A drive right by his man. The help defense is there, but the foul is called as Robinson went right around. I guess that was Blair that time, and one of the helpers fouled him on his way to the bucket. He'll get 2 shots as Pemberton has whistled for his second foul. John did a good job of making sure that Robinson did not score the basket. Now it's Fowler back in, replacing Pemberton. So the starters are back in there for the Birds as Ramil Robinson, who is 2 for 4 from the free throw line, is back at the line. Free throw is good by Ramil Robinson. He has 13 points. The Michigan lead is back up to 3. Redbirds led 27-22 about halfway through the first half as this free throw is not good. Blount rebounds it and he shoots it no good, and the rebound for Coleman. And then he lost it, but it came to Blair, and so the Birds have it back. Down by 3. Here's Thomas, driving shot, not good along the baseline, and the rebound for Terry Mills. Outlet pass comes to Caleb, and the layup is good. He jammed it that time. And Caleb gives Michigan a 45-40 lead off the long length of the floor pass. Jackson with it now. For the Birds, spins on Griffin, goes to the baseline, and the ball knocked away, but he gets it back as he throws it up top to Blair. Here's Fowler, a drive against Vaught, pull-up shot, no good, and the rebound for Terry Mills. Too hard off the glass for Scott Fowler. Robinson now at the top, spins away and shoots it in. That was a between-the-leg dribble, and then he stepped back and shot it in from 17 feet, and Michigan has its largest lead of 7 points. 47-40 is now the score. Birds have it in the front court. Richard Thomas with the ball, drifting to the left wing. Picks it up and goes baseline to Coleman. Jump shot is rolling, no good, and the rebound for them. Rebound for Mills, and here's Robinson against Blair. Bounce pass, and a layup for Griffin. He missed it, but the follow was good by Lloyd Vaught. Another offensive board for Vaught. And he turns it into a basket, and Michigan leads by 9 at 49-40, and now the Birds need to spend a timeout. I mentioned at one point it was 27-22. Redbirds led, but after that they went 2 for 19 the rest of the way in the first half from the field, and now they've dug a little bit of a deeper hole as they're trailing by 9, the biggest lead for either team in the game. 49-40 Michigan with 15-17 to play. We'll be back in just a minute. 49-40 in favor of Michigan. The Birds are 2 for 10 here in the second half, so they are now 4 for their last 29 from the field. And boy, if you had said that the Birds were going to, during one stretch of the game, which would last about 14 minutes, if you said that they were going to go 4 for 29 during that period, you would not believe that they'd be anywhere near Michigan, but they still are. They're down by 9. In part because they've held their own on the glass. 32-32 is now the difference there. The Birds of the game are now shooting 31.5%. They made 12 of their first 21 shots in this game, but since then, they've not been able to put it in the hole. As Richard Thomas has it across the timeline against Demetrius Caleb. Goes to the right wing and throws to Pemberton at the high post. Now back out to Ricky, who fakes the 3. Jackson moves down the baseline, and the shot is up and rimming no, and the rebound for Vaught. Oh my, that was a great shot. Ricky pulled up on the baseline from 4 feet away, and it rimmed off of there, and Robinson has it back to Vaught now. Here's the pass baseline. Caleb a jumper off the pass. That's not good. He was out of control as he shot it, and the rebound Randy Blair. Back come the Birds, down by 9, 49-40. Here's Jackson inside Coleman. Runs through Mills. Almost got a charge. Now turns and shoots it. Good. And they wanted to call. Michigan wanted to call of offensive goaltending, but apparently Pemberton did not touch that ball. If he did, it should have been offensive goaltending, and that's what Steve Fisher is claiming. Give the bucket to Jackson, or to Coleman rather, and the Redbirds are back to within 7 as Robinson now misses a 3 and the rebound Pemberton. And he passes ahead to Blair. Randy across the timeline, the pass to Ricky, he couldn't catch it. They tried for the alley-oop and Ricky couldn't come up with the ball. Off his right hand it goes and it's taken by Griffin. And now Caleb has it for Michigan. Demetrius Caleb across the top. Lloyd Vaught with it now. Ramil Robinson edge of the circle. Here's Caleb. He fades and jumps it. Not good. The rebound, Griffin. He misses, and the board comes to Coleman. Now back comes Thomas, weaving his way through traffic. Richard inside pass, back out to Blair. Now down low to Pemberton, and his runner is good. John Pemberton with the basket, and the Birds have 2 field goals in a row, and they're now back to within 5. 49-44 is the score, 13:33 to play. Robinson with it at the left wing. In the corner, Demetrius Caleb. Now Mills passes back to Griffin, who misses in and out. And the rebound, Pemberton, and then John is fouled by Demetrius Caleb. Pemberton there again to grab the ball, and Caleb reached in and got it. It's the first on him, the third on Michigan here in the half. And the Redbirds will have the ball as Roberts is in, and Gerard Coleman will sit down for Illinois State. So the Birds right now have Pemberton and Roberts out there with Jackson, Thomas, and Blair. Richard across the timeline for the Birds. Against Ramil Robinson, he goes to the right wing. Jackson inside Roberts at the right baseline. He turns and shoots it, misses it badly, and the rebound is for Loy Vaught of Michigan. Robinson the other way for them. To the baseline it goes. Sean Higgins just in the game inside Mills. Shot is no good off the glass. The ball tipped away. Pemberton kept it alive. Foul is called against Michigan. John Pemberton is there again. Great job on the glass by the big guy out of Lake Park High School in Roselle. This foul whistled against Michigan. It's the 4th on them for the half, and so the Redbirds will inbound it as Antoine Hicks is in now, replacing Richard Thomas. Foul is called on Vaught. It's his second. Hicks out there with Blair, Pemberton, Roberts, and Flores in the game, replacing Ricky Jackson. Redbirds within 5 with the ball as Roberts has it inside, and as he goes by Mills, a whistle and a blocking foul is called on Terry Mills. And that on him is number 3. He's the second Michigan player to pick up a third foul. The other was the reserve, Eric Riley, back in the first half. Birds will inbound it on the 5th team foul against the Wolverines. Randy Blair puts it in play for Illinois State. Down low it goes, and Pemberton's shot rolls no good off the pass, and the rebound for Vaught. Loy Vaught continues to do a great job on the boards as he passes to Robinson, and Ramil Robinson now at the left wing in the front court for Michigan. Down low it goes to Mills. Pull-up jumper too strong. The rebound tipped by Flores. Now a battle for it. It comes to Robinson. Down the lane he goes. Great pass inside, and on his way to the bucket, Vaught was fouled by Sonny Roberts, I believe. Boy, Ramil Robinson can pass the basketball. Loy Vaught now unofficially with 16 rebounds for the Wolverines, and he is at the line right now after the second foul of the game against Sonny Roberts. It is the third on the Birds here in the half, and Coleman is back in for John Pemberton, who leaves the game with 8 rebounds. John has played very well, 8 points and 8 boards for John Pemberton. Loy Vaught to shoot the free throw. First one is good. So he gets the second. Well, he was fouled in the act that time, so he was going to get 2 anyway. He is 4 out of 4 from the line. Redbirds for the half now are 4 for 17. They've picked the shooting up a little bit here in the recent going, but still not shooting it very well. As the shot by Vaught is good. He has made both of them and builds the Michigan advantage back to 7 now at 51-44. We're down to 12-16 to play. Antoine Hicks up top for the Birds. Goes to Blair right of the circle. Here's Randy on the move. Back outside Antoine. And now Blair inside Roberts. Double teamed, now triple teamed. He tried to force a shot, knocked away. Flores gets it, a battle between he and Mills cleared it free to Vaught. Bob Bender couldn't believe there was not a held ball call as it comes inside to Higgins. The hook shot is good at the right baseline by Sean Higgins. His second basket. Michigan equals its biggest lead of 9. 53-44 is the score. 11:43 to play. Here's Hicks. In the corner it goes. Elvin, a long one is good. Elvin, a three-pointer from the left corner. That's a big bucket for the sophomore. His first of the game. Now 53-47. Birds back to within 6. Ramil Robinson left wing. Here's Higgins. Shoots off the pass. Misses off the back iron. The rebound comes to Antoine. Hicks with the ball. Across the timeline he goes. Birds got the rebound that time as the ball came to the floor and Antoine found it. Now Michigan in a zone. They're back to a zone. They've played mostly man-to-man. Here's Hicks in the corner, Elvin, and as he took the shot, which was not good, a whistle, and, well, neither team is shooting it too well here in the second half. Wolverines are 6 for 19. The Birds 5 for 18. Michigan led by just 3 at the intermission. They've stretched the lead to 6 here with 11:06 left to go. The final game of the evening here in Long Beach has Loyola Marymount playing New Mexico State. Aggies are the 6th seed, and the Lions the 11th seed. The winner of that game plays the winner of this one. Rebounds are 38-38. Birds still even with Michigan on the glass, and that's tremendous. But they've not shot it well lately, and that's why they trail by 6. Caleb with it now for Michigan as they have it in the front court up by 6 points. Here's Robinson at the left wing. Against Ricky Jackson, sends it up top to Eric Riley, just back in the ball game. He has 3 fouls. Caleb now down low to Robinson, shovels inside. Here's Riley, a fake and a shot, and the hook shot rolls off. Caleb follows it in. Demetrius Caleb with the rebound basket for the Wolverines, who now lead by 8 points at 55-47. Richard Thomas for Illinois State up top against Demetrius Caleb. Here's Ricky Jackson getting the ball. At the right wing, up high, Elvin Flores. Down low, Pemberton. Turns and shoots it, partially blocked by Riley, and the rebound is for Mills. The toss ahead to Robinson. At the baseline, he pulls away and shoots it. Not good. And the rebound comes to Caleb, and now a foul is called. No, the ball knocked out of bounds by Caleb, and it will belong to ISU as Caleb just unable to field the ball, even though it came right to him. Flores blocked somebody out and watched the ball go right over his head. It looked like he could have caught the ball. Caleb got there and then fumbled it out of bounds. And the Birds have it back down by 8. Here's Ricky up across the top of the circle. Now driving inside. Picks up his dribble. In trouble. Goes to Flores in the right corner. Now back out to Richard. Thomas at the wing. Moves it up to the top to Ricky Jackson in the corner. Here's Flores with it. Picks it up and skips it to Jackson. A 3 by Ricky. That's not good off the back iron. The rebound, Terry Mills. Outlet Robinson. Michigan wants to run. Here's the bounce pass and the layup. Caleb. Good. Foul is called. The basket will go. 3-on-2 break, and they execute it perfectly. Ramil Robinson with a great bounce pass to the right wing. Ricky Jackson commits his second foul. And a possible three-point play as Michigan now has its new largest lead of 10 points at 57-47 with 9:34 to play.
At the free throw line for Michigan, Demetrius Caleb, shooting 1.
Caleb will shoot for his 14th point of the game as he fires it too strong, and the rebound kept alive by Riley. Caleb's got it. His shot is not good off the glass. Now Mills had it, but Thomas took it away, and Caleb reached in and fouled him. On Caleb, that's 2, and on the Wolverines, that is 6. So the Birds will put it in play here, down by 10 with 9.5 minutes to go. Redbirds will be in the bonus next time. Redbirds still in the game, but quite obviously they have to turn it up on the offensive end. They've done a nice job defensively against Michigan in this game and started the game shooting it very well. But they've been cold since the first 10 minutes. Here's a turnaround jumper by Coleman, and that's good. Girard got it left of the lane about 9 feet away, and he turned and shot it in for his 6th field goal of the game, and now the lead is down to 8, 57-49. Michigan gets it to Robinson, and a fadeaway jumper is good. From the right side of the free throw line, 16-foot jumper for Ramil Robinson. His 7th bucket, and again, Michigan leads by 10. Randy Blair at the top of the Birds. Passes to Jackson at the right baseline. His pass is stolen. Higgins took it right away. Here's Robinson between the legs dribble. Now against Blair, shoots it and misses off the back iron. The rebound pumped out of there by Coleman, who lost it. Now it comes to Pemberton, and John is fouled. Pemberton just back into the ball game, really battling hard. Found that loose ball and then was fouled by Eric Riley. That's his 4th. And that is the 7th on the team. So Pemberton, who made 2 free throws earlier in the half, goes right back to the line. 59-49, Michigan with a 10-point advantage as Roberts will now check back in, replacing Gerard Coleman. Coleman will get a little bit of a rest, and apparently it'll be Pemberton also getting a rest here as Fowler has checked to the scorer's table for the Birds. But will not come in unless John is able to make both free throws. The first one is up and good. Pemberton's 9th point. Terry Mills checks into the game now, replacing Eric Riley. Riley with 4 fouls. Above his average in both departments already. Looking for his 10th point here. He can slice the lead to 8 points, and he misses, and the rebound for Michigan's Ramil Robinson. That'll keep Pemberton in the game, and Fowler at the scorer's table for the moment as Robinson goes to Higgins at the right wing. Inside Vaught gets it. Baseline jumper, no, and the rebound Blair. Out jumped Mills that time. As Jackson has it at the right wing, a pull-up 3, and that's rolling no good for Ricky, and the ball tapped out. Pemberton tracks it down, and John goes to the left wing to Richard Thomas. Birds have another opportunity here as they still trail by 9. 59-50 is the score. Here's the pass into Pemberton. Turns on Vaught. Driving shot blocked. It comes back out to Ricky. A 3-pointer. That's rolling good. Ricky finally got the roll, and the Birds are within 6. 59-53. Jackson with his 3rd 3-pointer of the game, his first basket of the second half. And with 7:47 to play in the game, the Birds are within 6. Here's the pass inside the Mills. Ball knocked away. It comes to them. Caleb's shot is not good, but he was fouled. No, charging foul. Charging foul against Demetrius Caleb. And a big call there went Illinois State's way, and the Birds get the basketball down by 6. But first, an official timeout is called. Well, the Birds may have gotten a break on that whistle, and they'll take it as they trail by 6 with 7:41 left to go in the basketball game. 59-53, Michigan will continue in just a minute. 7:41 to play, and the Birds still very much in the ball game here against Michigan. It's a 6-point contest. Michigan with the advantage at 59-53. A couple of halftime scores from other NCAA tournament games are very interesting. Virginia leading Notre Dame 28-18. We are told that is the halftime score there. Very low-scoring first half, and Purdue trails Northeast Louisiana at the intermission 34-33. It has not been a very good tournament so far for the Big Ten, as Michigan State needed overtime yesterday to win. Ohio State just slipped past Providence. Indiana's been knocked out. Minnesota needed an overtime to win their game. Purdue struggling, and Michigan not having an easy time of it here against ISU's Redbirds as the Birds have the ball now in the front court. Here's Ricky Jackson to the right wing. Randy Blair gets it back to Ricky at the baseline. Spins, passes back out. It's intercepted by Robinson, and he's fouled by Sonny Roberts. Ramil Robinson anticipating that pass perfectly from the baseline out to the top of the circle. He stepped in front, picked it off. Sonny fouled him, and that now is the 11th turnover of the half, no, for the game against the Birds. Most of those have occurred here in the second half. Roberts with his 3rd foul. And the ball in the hands of Demetrius Caleb now as he has it at the right wing. That's the 5th team foul against the Birds. Here's Mills. Pulls up and jumps it in from the left wing. Tough shot, one dribble, and then he pulls up with a man in his face and makes it off the glass from 12 feet away. Terry Mills has scored only 7 in the game, but that's a big bucket for his team right there as they're back up by 8, 61-53. Here's Thomas now, inside to Fowler, who checked in during the timeout. The jumper by Scott is good from the right baseline. Scott Fowler with some contact, but he jumped up with the contact and shot it in from 6 feet away. And it's 61-55, Birds back to within 6. Here's Demetrius Caleb. Meanwhile, a whistle inside away from the ball. The foul is called, I think, against Randy Blair, who throws his hands up in the air on the call and asks why that foul was called. It's his 3rd, the team's 6th, and so Michigan here will put it in play. Gerard Coleman back in for Sonny Roberts. So the Birds right now have the starters back in there as Roberts gave Coleman a little bit of a blow, and it may be that Pemberton will come back in for Fowler here before too much longer. John is just playing great. Here's the pass way up to the top. Caleb to the right wing. Griffin down low to the baseline. Turnaround jumper. Mills is not good. The rebound. Vaught. Another offensive rebound basket for Lloyd Vaught, who's been all over the offensive glass. 17 points for him, and it's an 8-point Michigan lead again at 63-55. Here now is Jackson with it for the Birds. Time running a bit short. We still have 6:15 to play. Thomas with it. Outside to Ricky. A 3-point try. That's good. Ricky drilled it from the right side of the circle. 63-58. The Birds are within 5. Jackson now heating up a bit. He has 17 points. Caleb with the ball. Left of the circle for the Wolverines. Bounces inside. Here's Terry Mills. Leans against Fowler and shoots it. Not good. Rebound Scott. Birds have the ball down by 5. Randy Blair across the timeline, goes to the right of the lane, pull-up jumper, no good, too hard off the glass, the rebound tapped out, and it'll come to Ricky. Jackson out to Thomas, now to the left wing, right wing, Blair on a drive, inside layup, no, blocked away, and it comes loose, and it's taken by them. Caleb with it for Michigan. He goes toward the hoop, and now is forced back out by Ricky Jackson. Birds had a chance to get to within 3. Now they're down 5, and Michigan has the ball. Pass up top, Robinson for 3, and that's good. Right through the middle. A high arching three-point basket makes it 66-58. The Birds are down 8. Big bucket for Robinson, who has 20 points for the game. Here's the pass inside to Coleman. Double team. Gerard looking to get rid of it and does to Blair. Back into Coleman. A fake and a shot, and it's good. And he's fouled. Terry Mills fouled him, and Coleman will go to the line looking to complete the three-point play and get the Birds back to within 5 with 5:01 left to play. Coleman has really heated it up here in the second half. He has 10 points in the second stanza, all from the field. The foul against Mills is his 4th. The Birds would love to get him out of there. And Coleman with the free throw, good, cuts the lead to 5. Gerard Coleman now with 16 points for the game, and it's 66-61. Michigan by 5. We're inside of 5 minutes to play. Demetrius Caleb now, left of the free throw line, spins back to the top and goes to Griffin. Eric Griffin picks it up and throws it out to Vaught. Outside the free throw circle. Right wing Griffin. Eric Griffin goes toward the baseline, spins it up top to Mills. And inside Robinson, a tough jump shot is good. Counts the basket and a foul is called. Robinson with a great pump move. In traffic as he showed the ball on the left side of his body and then came back with it to the right side and hooked it in as he was being fouled. Foul on Coleman is his 2nd. The basket makes it a 7-point Michigan lead, and now Robinson can put it back up to 8 here if he completes the three-point play. And Ramil's free throw is not good, and the rebound Randy Blair. Birds down 7, have the basketball. Robinson has made only 3 of 7 from the line, but otherwise he's been really tough. Ricky, a long 3 is good! An NBA three-pointer that time. He was 24 feet away, outside the NBA line. And it's 68-64, Birds within 4. Well, Ricky feels it. He's a streak shooter, and he'll try to carry the Birds to an upset win here over Michigan. Griffin with it to Robinson. He fakes the 3. Inside, Vaught had it, lost it, but he's fouled by Pemberton with now 4:01 left to go. John whistled for his 3rd foul. Ricky Jackson pumped that one in from way outside the college three-point line. He was outside the NBA line, and that is his 5th three-pointer of the game. The crowd here in Long Beach is very much pulling for the Birds, as you would imagine. They're the underdog, and most of these folks are neutral as the free throw is missed by Vaught, and the rebound for Pemberton. Vaught had made 5 free throws in a row, and the Birds now within 4 with the ball. Here's Ricky, guarded by Griffin as he's way up on top. Blair goes to Thomas, lob down low. Coleman, back to Richard. Baseline jumper, no, but goaltending will be called. Terry Mills got up there to swat it away, but he did so too late. Goaltending is the call, and the Birds are within 2. 68-66. Illinois State down a basket. An official timeout is called. The Redbirds with a gallant comeback here as they were down 10, but now against the defending champions with 3:43 to go, they're within 2. An official's timeout with 3:43 left. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Well, both teams have picked up the shooting. The Birds have now made 5 of their last 7. 2 of those three-point bombs by Ricky. Michigan has shot it better in the recent going as well. 4 of their last 6, but they missed a couple of free throws during that stretch, one of which was the front end of a 1-and-1. And the Birds are within 2 with 3:43 to go. Redbirds surviving a tremendous scoring drought in this game. They went through one period of the game making 4 of 29 from the field. Last 10 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second half. Michigan with the ball. Their lead is 2 here with now 3:35 to play. Here it goes to Sean Higgins at the right wing. Pumps it up top to Caleb. against Richard Thomas. Birds have the starters in there. Pemberton is in instead of Fowler. Here it goes to the corner to Higgins. Sean Higgins in there for Michigan, has it up on top. Looks toward Loy Vaught. Now Robinson gets the basketball between the circles. They have 15 to shoot it now. Good defense for the Birds as Robinson penetrates inside, lost it, gets it back, and the layup is missed. And the rebound for them, and the rebound basket is good for Sean Higgins. Boy, they got a break there. As Robinson missed the layup, he was out of control. Higgins found the loose ball and laid it back in, and the lead is back to 4 for Michigan. Here's Blair inside to Pemberton. Steps away and goes back to Randy. Up on top, Jackson gets it. Left wing, Thomas. Inside, Coleman. A fake, and now a driving shot. Blocked and taken by Loy Vaught. Birds won a goaltending there and did not get it. And Bob Bender looking at the official with a very red face as he asked for the call, but to no avail. Vaught slapped the ball away and got the rebound in the same motion. It was a great play, but it might have been a goaltend. Up on top, Higgins. His long jumper is not good. The rebound, Coleman for the Birds. Redbirds down 4, have the basketball. Now down to 2:19 to play. Here's Richard. Through the lane pass. Coleman, layup, good. Great speed by Thomas as he backhanded the pass to Coleman, flashing through the lane. Then the Birds are within 2 once again. 70-68 is the score. Gerard with 18 points. Here's Caleb now at the top. Spinning it back to Ramil Robinson. Baseline pass. Higgins gets the ball. Throws it down low. Loy Vaught against Pemberton. Spins it back out to Mills. And a steal by Ricky. Ricky can tie the game. Here it is. He stuffs it. We're tied. We're tied. 70-70 is now the score. Redbirds have tied the score. 1:36 to play. Michigan with the ball. Caleb across the sideline and for the timeout. ISU's Redbirds are tied with the defending champions with 1:32 to play. 70-70 is the score. We'll be back here to California in just a minute. Well, what a ball game. What a comeback for the Birds, who were down 10 and have now pulled themselves up by their bootstraps back to a tie situation with Michigan's Wolverines. 70-70 is the score. Michigan very tentative on its last offensive possession. And Ricky Jackson picked his spot and easily intercepted the ball. And with the momentum, had an easy layup at the other end. He dunked it through his 21st and 22nd points, and that has tied the score. 70-70 is now the count. This is the first time the game has been tied since the first half. 1:32 to play. So Michigan can't wait for the final shot here, obviously, as the shot clock is still in order. Very much in order as the ball has been inbounded. Ramil Robinson up on top. Goes to the left wing. Bounce pass Higgins in the corner. Higgins in there instead of Griffin. Otherwise, the Michigan starters are on the floor. Redbirds have their starters except for Pemberton for Fowler. Jumper by Higgins is good from the left corner. It's a three-pointer for Sean Higgins. And 1:09 to play. The Birds suddenly down by 3. Higgins took a three-pointer, a gutty one, and he made it. Rattled the insides of the rim with it. Here's Ricky Jackson now. Into Pemberton it goes. Back to Ricky from the corner. A three-point try. It's not good, and the rebound for Loy Vaught of Michigan. Wolverines now with 51 seconds to play have the ball. Into the front court it goes. Higgins with the ball. He hands it to Robinson. And now a whistle and a foul against Randy Blair as the Birds had to commit the foul there with now 43 seconds left. Michigan up by 3, and they'll go to the line. And Robinson, who has struggled from the line in this game, as we have mentioned, will shoot up a critical 1-and-1 here. He's 3 for 7 from the stripe in the ball game. Three-pointer by Sean Higgins with a bit more than a minute to go. His second three-point basket of the game. And that has given the Wolverines the three-point lead. And now a timeout has been called by Bob Bender. He wants Sean Higgins, or rather Ramil Robinson, to think about the importance of the free throws. Well, the Birds now are down 3 with 43 ticks left. 73-70. Michigan will continue right after this. The three-point basket by Sean Higgins, the difference in the game right now. Higgins is a 43% shooter from three-point range this year. He's been a good three shooter, and he had made one earlier in this contest. But boy, he had a man on him pretty tough right there, and as he was taking the shot, it didn't look like the best shot selection ever. But it went through the hoop, and that's when it looked very good to Michigan fans. Now Ramil Robinson at the line. His team still up by 3. 43 seconds to play. Redbirds need a miss from Robinson. They have Coleman and Pemberton on the inside positions, ready to get the rebound. Robinson 3 for 7 from the line for the game. He's missed his last 2. The All-American shoots it up good through the middle, and that's a big free throw because now the Birds need 2 possessions, barring a foul by Michigan on a 3-point shot. Robinson with his 23rd point. Another effort here coming for Ramil Robinson. He shoots it and he gets it, and it's a 5-point Michigan lead, and the Birds are in a hurry now. In the backcourt, here's Richard Thomas across the timeline. Richard moves left of the circle, now picks up his dribble and throws it into Randy, who's got a layup, a reverse layup, missed it, and Vaught has the rebound, and now he's fouled by John Pemberton. Randy Blair had a lay-in. He tried to reverse it in with a right hand from just underneath the left side of the basket and rimmed off. And now a 75-70 lead for Michigan, and the Wolverines are back at the free throw line with 30 seconds left to play. Pemberton's 4th foul. On the line, Loy Vaught. He missed his last free throw, but he made the 5 before that. Another opportunity here for Vaught as he bends the knees and shoots it up and rolls it good. 76-70 is the score. Michigan by 6. This free throw would make 3 possessions necessary for the Birds, so it's a big one. Birds need a miss here from the senior, Loy Vaught. He shoots it, and he did miss it, and the rebound comes to Coleman, and the Birds in a hurry. Here it comes to Randy Blair. Birds need to look for a 3. Randy at the top. He fires it himself. He missed it. The rebound to Randy. Throws it back out. Ricky, a bomb, and he missed it. It's an air ball. Rebounded by Coleman. He missed the dunk, and now Michigan has the ball with 15 seconds to go. Caleb will swing it back out with a dribble, and now he's fouled by Richard Thomas. And now there's 10 seconds to go, and the Wolverines are going to end ISU's season here, I'm afraid, in the first round of the NCAA tournament. What a tremendous effort, however, by Illinois State to come from 10 points down and get to a tie with a minute and a half to play. But the 3-pointer by Higgins, and since then Michigan has been able to make its free throws, and the Birds have not been able to put it in the hole at the other end. Demetrius Caleb will shoot the first one, not good. The rebound, Coleman. Birds need to get it to 3-point range in a hurry. Here's Coleman all the way down the floor. Randy pull-up 3-pointer is not good with 3 seconds to go. Thomas shoots it at the buzzer, no good. And the game ends with the score 76-70. Michigan is the winner over Illinois State's Redbirds. Boy, for a moment, it looked like it was very possible. But Sean Higgins drilled the 3-point shot that turns out to be the big shot of this ball game. Score here in Long Beach was 76-70. Michigan's Wolverines winning the ball game. But John Pemberton, you and the rest of the Redbirds made Michigan's players and fans very uncomfortable. It was a great effort.
Yeah, I wish we could have gotten something to fall there in the last 2 minutes of the game. That would have been a little closer. Hopefully we could have won it, but that's old. That's in the basket now.
Well, it is, and Michigan moves on, and the season comes to an end, and your career comes to an end. But we've got to talk a little bit about this ball game and how you guys managed to play with the defending champions and one of the more talented teams in the country this year. Going into the game, Coach Bender talked about it with us, and I know he spent a lot of time talking about it with you, rebounding, and you were a big factor in the Birds' ability to stay on the boards. How'd you do it?
I was mad. Knew I had a job to do. I just went out and did it. I mean, it's not saying I didn't do anything fancy. It was all hard work. And I mean, Gerard and Scott and Sonny and Randy and Ricky, we all did it. I mean, we knew we had to block out all 5 guys, and then just go after the ball like madmen, and we did. And it really kept us in the game. And that's
so often what it is on the boards, and yet it's just not that easy to do. I mean, it seems to us non-players as though it would be. Okay, you go out there and you try hard, and everybody wants to try hard, but how do you get to that point of intensity when you can really board with people like Vaught and Mills?
You just, I don't know, you just got to go after it. I mean, you got to know, because I saw Vaught, I was sitting on the bench, and that ball came off the board, and I saw Vaught dunk that ball through. I mean, he must have been, elbows above the rim, but, you just got to hit him as hard as you can, and then turn, and then go find the ball. And we really had to emphasize on Mills and Vaught. I mean, if we can control them, let the guards come through and let the guards come through and do their thing. So we were hoping the guards were going to get on the board to help us. So
yeah, it is. We talk about effort, and of course that is the key. But you need execution. You need to block out. Coach Bender said some balls have to go to the floor, and they did. And when they did, you guys seemed to get your share of it.
Yeah, we were all over. We were all over the floor. We worked on that this morning. He was talking about we needed to get on the floor to get the balls, and everybody was hustling. I mean, that's all you can say. I think we out-hustled Michigan. They're a very talented team. You're going to see them down the road and on television. So
great defensive effort. They, as we've just been handed the official stat sheet, shot 42% for the ball game. You did the job defensively.
And we held them under 70 points. They've been averaging like 94, so we knew we had to keep them down below the 60s, between 60 and 70, and we held them right about 76. So we did the job. We fell a little short, and it's very disappointing.
The scoring drought really hurt. You were up by 5, and then all of a sudden nothing would go in the basket. What was happening there? Were you running the offense any differently, do you feel?
We kind of got out of sync there, right there, end of the second half you're talking about? Yeah, we kind of got out of sync.
End of the first half and then into the second half
right.
Ways, right.
My fault. We started almost like trying to say, I'm going to take this upon myself to get the job done, instead of doing like we have been all year, making the extra pass, like Coach says, doing the little thing for your teammate so he can score. It's a team game. It's not an individual game. Michigan's talented enough. They can play an individual game. But, Illinois State's got to be team. So in the first half, right in the beginning, we were head fake, oh, there's Sonny, or there's Randy, or there's JC, easy layups. And then right there at the end of the first half and in the second half, we were like, I'm going to shoot this on my own. I'm not going to do it. But once we got back to that, we climbed right back into the game.
And when you're as intense as you are for this kind of game, I think it's maybe easy to see how you do fall into that trap.
Oh, yeah, right. You just, you want to do anything to win, and takes anything to win, so it's easy to get into that trap.
Was that the main message at halftime?
Yeah, slow down and be Illinois State. He said, you guys are rebounding with them, you guys are shooting with them, you're doing everything with them, but you're starting to play their game where it becomes more individual, where, we got to be Illinois State. That's what got us here, and that's what's going to keep us going.
You got 10 down, but obviously you guys did not give up. You continued to believe you could beat this team. That's been a characteristic of this team from the start, just an unwillingness to give up under what certainly looked like difficult circumstances at that point.
Right. So we hung in there. I'd like to thank all the fans for all their support over the last 5 years for me and Sonny and Gerard and Ricky and Randy, and I wish Birds in the future the best of luck.
You'll be keeping track of
yes, I'll probably be down to at least 5 or 6 games a year.
What comes up next for you now, John?
I graduated officially in August, and I've just been taking classes, and I have 4 hours now. So I will finish up 4 hours, and Sonny and I and Ricky, Randy, and JC will walk across the stage in May, and I'll start the interviewing process to get a job. So if anybody out there wants to give me a job,
okay,
I'm interested. I'm a recreation major.
We will put them in touch with you. John, what a pleasure it's been to watch you play ball at Illinois State, and that goes, of course, for everybody on this team. You've inspired a lot of people, maybe more than you know. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
76-70 was the final score. Michigan the winner over Illinois State's Redbirds, and we're joined by head coach Bob Bender. Bob, certainly a disappointing feeling when you lose, but you have to be quite pleased with the effort your guys gave you.
I'm really proud of what the kids did. They were they fought tooth and nail, and they really showed themselves well in Illinois State and Missouri Valley Conference very well. I'm proud of them. I want to publicly thank the seniors again, as I did in the locker room, for a tremendous year. They gave us the leadership, the play on the court. They did everything that you would expect seniors to do, and we wouldn't have been able to accomplish what we have without them.
The boards were a big question coming into this game. You out-rebounded them, as we have the official sheet showing 58-53 in favor of Illinois State. You obviously believe that could happen, but that's quite a stat.
Well, it's we had talked all week long about the importance of rebounding, and our kids came out and they put blocked out. They went to the offensive boards themselves, and it just comes down to they got a couple of rebounds at inopportune times for us and opportune times for them. They're a great team, and that's what happens sometimes.
Well, they turned some offensive boards into baskets in a hurry, and obviously they have the talent to do that. But to be able to stay with them on the boards overall, you had to block out, as you said, you had to do before the game, and you had to scrap hard.
Well, our kids really put everything on the line. Everybody came into the game did it too. It wasn't just the 5 starters, but everybody came in and gave us the kind of effort that it takes to have a chance to win. And I think we had a great chance to win. We get it tied, and they hit a big 3. But that's the amazing thing about playing a team as good as Michigan is you think you got them on the ropes, and they got somebody that'll stand up and knock a 3 in like that.
Sean Higgins hit the 3 with 1.5 minutes to go. That gave them the lead for good. But let's go back to earlier in the game, Bob. You started very productive offensively, working the break, and then you ran into a bit of a drought. What was happening there?
Well, I think we just got impatient offensively in the half-court setting. We weren't pushing the ball up the court, getting transition buckets, and then we were taking quick shots in the half-court offense, and we weren't making it. Anytime there's a drought, there's really no, I don't think there's any secret or big surprise or mystery to it. It's just that you miss some shots, they're making shots, and until we finally got off that 31 mark, I think that's what we got stuck on for quite a while, Dick. It was, finally got a couple free throws in and changed it.
You were pleased, though, with the shot selection somewhat during that period?
Oh, no, I think we shot the ball too quickly.
Okay.
When shooting the ball too quickly, those are bad shots.
You did. There was some times in there when you did get good shots and they wouldn't fall, and that seems to happen so often in those stretches when you're maybe not.
Exactly. I think that's a good point. You take a couple bad shots, then when you do get a good shot, your concentration's not there, and you wound up not making the good shot, and then you're punished kind of doubly.
You came back into it. Ricky Jackson hit some 3s, and he's the guy who's fueled your offense when it's really needed to be fueled all year long.
Well, what we talked about is he's the kind of kid that'll step up and has wants the ball, the confidence in tough situations, and he comes through, and he did it again tonight. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get that last 3 his to go in to tie it right back up. But he's had a tremendous career. He's had a great month of February and March, and I think he's proven that he is one of the best players in the whole Missouri Valley Conference, and one of the better players in the country.
Now, he had a chance to show a lot of people that certainly today. Higgins' 3-pointer. It looked like he had a man pretty well on him. It was a tough shot.
Yeah, we played good defense in that. What we wanted to do, Dick, was come out of the timeout and show them a different defense because we figured they were going to be diagramming something to attack our zone, our man-to-man defense, and came out zone, and we covered things up pretty well. They rotated on a skip pass. I think that was the key, Dick, because on a skip pass it's a little tougher to get covered up where a guy won't take a shot. We flew at him, and we had pressure on it, but, there's a guy who's a great player, and, he's a 3-point shooter, and they got it to him, and he knocked it in.
And such a psychological downer because you had just had the steal and the stuff by Ricky to tie it, then all of a sudden you're down 3, and that maybe hurts you psychologically at the other end?
Yeah, I think we came back and felt we had to make up for it all at one time. There was plenty of time. We just needed something going to the bucket. Score. We had 3 timeouts left. We could, the game was still going to be a number of possessions. So, but that's sometimes what that 3-point shot does to you, Dick. It gets you impatient.
Well, a great effort. It is a loss, and that means the end of the season, the end of your first season as a head coach. It was a pretty eventful one, Bob Bender.
Well, Dick, I want to thank you and thank WJBC and everybody associated with your station for a great year. We couldn't have had the kind of exposure and I think the kind of excitement generated without your help as well. And it's been a tremendous year, a lot of fun, and that's probably the bottom line. Is we worked hard, and the most importantly, we had a lot of fun doing it.
And the program ready to try to take another step next year.
Well, we're going to try and do that. It's we want to be in the NCAA every year. We want to be playing for the Missouri Valley Conference Championship, but we don't ever just want to be complacent or satisfied enough to think we just got in. We want to make it more than that.
For our WJBC listeners, of course, we'll have the opportunity to talk one more time on the Bender Show Sunday night, so we can